So we're back with another one. Let's go, we're back. It's nostalgia. Bong hits. We're back with another one. And, well, we're almost time for the market opening. It should be pretty exciting for silver. But before we talk about silver, I actually do want to talk about the current YouTube climate of, like, Volcom and all the watch flippers that everybody sees, and the watch world where people sell fake watches and people sell real watches, and, like, YouTube's kind of dangerous, man, where I'm not saying it's like the worst thing ever to go in business for yourself and do your own thing, and I'm not saying that, because it really, it can be life-changing, but it's not easy. By any means, it's not easy, requires a lot of luck, requires a lot of money, and, like, the whole world of just buying a watch and selling it for more money like that day, or buying a Pokemon product and selling it for more money that day, it doesn't happen like YouTube really makes it look like. I mean, and I think anyone that's been in business long enough of doing this, and I've done it for over a decade of horse trading, I guess you could call it, it really doesn't work that way. Of, like, I have never really made money buying something like that day and selling it for more money, like within that week or that, or within that month even. That it's very unlikely. And the reason why I really want to say this message is there's a lot of younger kids, and I don't want to, like, ruin it for them. There's a lot of people who've just hit 17, 18, 19. They're seeing these people fucking making millions of dollars flipping watches, and it doesn't work that way. Of, like, the majority of the money you make, first of all, you'd have a lot of money to just leave sit in something and wait years and hope it works out. And, I mean, at least that's been my pattern, and most people that I see that have been successful's pattern of, like, none of us are buying something that day and flipping it for more. I mean, when I was doing that, when I, like, first started trying to do it in Pokemon, like, I would buy people's collections and I would make, like, $10 off a box or $20 off a box. Like, I mean, like, that's not, like, a livable thing, you know? Like, you can't, like, quit school and just live off of that. Like, it's just, that's just not how it works, in the slightest. And most people that have gained nice sums of wealth, we've held on to assets for years, some people decades, that it's just not this easy, get rich quick um, world that YouTube makes it out to be. You have to be really smart, really wise. Markets are fucking next to unpredictable. Um, they really are. And I mean, even, I've seen this a lot in the Pokemon space too, of like people flipping, $20,000 boxes where maybe they bought a box for like 16 grand, they hurry up and flipped it for 20 grand. That doesn't happen very often. Most people don't leave that much room on the bone. Most people, if you're not giving them pretty close to retail, they're or like 80%, they're pretty much just gonna say fuck it and wait for the next person or their next opportunity to try to sell. And especially in New York, I mean, you get down to the Diamond District, you're probably going to get hustled. I've watched videos of these guys, these younger kids, and they come into the Diamond District and they literally have been like are gifted watches on consignment to sell, and they go around the Diamond District and no, everybody lowballs them. Like they are lucky to make like $100 off some watch. It if it was that easy, no one would do it. Most money is made from boldness, believing in something yourself and having the luck go a little bit with it. But like of buying something that really feels just ridiculously cheap with low risk and hoping it goes higher. And I don't want, like, as much as I do agree, like, jobs are pretty shitty, but they are the reality of surviving, of like, you already have to have a decent pile of money to be tying up in this stuff. I mean, even myself, I'm sitting on so much stuff I've made gains on. But selling it is the hard part. Of like, yes, I've bought 151 UPCs at 80. They're now 750. And like, sure, could I sell them real quick at 80%? Yeah, okay, to be fair. But to sell them at 100%, you really got to wait around and just kind of be patient and, see if someone really wants it on Marketplace or there's just a lot of fucking around with all these items. I don't care if it's Pokemon, gold, silver, platinum, Bitcoin. It's just not this like miracle like that. It really is. You gotta buy something you really believe in, have a little bit of luck, and I mean, even then, finding the liquidity sometimes is just really tough. Like I have over $200,000 in just stuff. You know what I mean? That isn't cash, and and I'm just talking like between gold, silver, Pokemon, probably closer to 300 now. Of just stuff that isn't cash or real estate, and it's really tough. And sometimes it depends on the time period. Like at a certain time, houses were cheap, and you could buy them cheaper and sell them for more money. That was a good thing to do, but it was all on timing. Buying like at the market. Now you can't get those deals you could 5 years ago. Um, that you have to really spot something out that you're really ahead of your game on, and you have to also realize there are a million eyes on every single industry now. Gold, so clearly gold and silver, there are a million eyes on it. We're seeing, gold at 5,100. Sure, there are gains to be had, but you're going to wait for those gains. It's going to take time. Most people have waited from gold to go to from $300 to 5 grand. People have waited 25 years. I want to make that very clear. From the year 2000 to the year 2026, 26 years people have waited to make that kind of money. Or, some people got lucky. They bought in like at 2 grand and now it's five a couple years ago. But my point is it takes years sometimes, not just like buying a good deal and flipping it for more money. It rarely happens. And I really want to stress that enough, that you have to have, first of all, the money built up to take these risks of holding on to things, and the time that it really is not this just I bought a Rolex for 5 grand, it's really worth 8 grand, and I just sold it for 8 grand. That almost never happens. And I feel like it's important for me to make a video telling this to people because I had seen someone already try to make a video on it, and like he caught a lot of backlash. People were like, "Oh, you're just a hater," blah 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 blah. And it's like, no, this guy that I watched the video, he was in business for like 30 years. He knows how it is, and it is not this quick get rich quick world of Volcom watches. Now, I will say it's good to understand how things work. You should no matter who you are, you should understand the metals market. You should understand what brass goes for, copper goes for, silver goes for, gold goes for. You should look for stuff at flea markets. You should look at deals everywhere you can find them. And you should learn every market, like learn every Pokemon market, learn everything in the gold market, learn everything in the silver market, and use that knowledge to help enrich yourself. And I will say that's a good thing. Learn real estate. Learn what every house should sell for, what it does sell for, what's too much, what's too little, and just look for opportunities. There's not many anymore, but my point is educate yourself on every market. That does not hurt. That's the best thing you could possibly do. But do not expect quick flips to support your lifestyle. It's dangerous, and I really don't want to see like people like leave their parents' homes and just think they can do it on their own, and that it really is that easy because it's not. And same with opening packs. You're most likely not going to make money doing that. Most of you already know. Gambling, you're probably not going to make money. You might get some wins here and there. I've gotten some nice wins gambling myself. I've actually made money gambling, but that doesn't mean you should do it. That doesn't mean it's always going to work out. And it's the same thing with every market, because when you're buying something, you are essentially gambling on the price either going higher or lower. And sometimes it can work out really bad. Like sometimes you can buy something that just completely plummets. Like, I mean, I'm not saying gold's going to do this in any way possible, but like it's a possibility of all these people buying in on gold at 5K and like it drops back down to 4 and you lose money. Not saying that will happen. I highly doubt it will. But like my point is don't expect this stuff to get you rich quick. Like you have to be patient. It's like this in everything in business. You ever hear the saying like there's no such thing as a free lunch? It's extremely true. But it doesn't hurt to learn everything. I will say that again on this channel. It does not hurt to learn what brass is. Like brass is like 70-80% copper is what brass is made of. So to learn like your brass prices, for example, and learn like, okay, well, if I can find like someone like brass at a yard sale and it's cheaper than what copper sells for, being like $25 a pound, or technically copper's like 25 a pound. I mean, but some people would argue and say it's 11 or 4 or whatever. But like if you have a bar of it, that it does not hurt to learn these things. A matter of fact, I highly recommend learning about copper, brass, watches. I mean, I'm not a big fan of watches, but it doesn't hurt to learn about them and to expand your knowledge as good as you can. Because when you are good in all of these markets, you're going to do better than someone that's not good. But a lot of it's luck. A lot of it's finding, people that need money right away, and you have it there. And it really, like I said, most of my success has been through luck. Some skills of feeling something's undervalued, feeling it out. But it was not done overnight. And a lot of my success has been done from being stubborn. You know what I mean? and set in my ways of like, okay, I'm just not going to sell it, and I throw it in a closet for a while and leave it sit. And most people's success is kind of done like that, and only selling your assets when you kind of really need some money for something. But like I said, it doesn't hurt to learn all these markets. It's a great thing to learn. Knowledge is power. I will say that every day of the week. But don't bet your life on it. Don't, like, if you're living with your parents, you got a good thing going. Don't leave. If you don't have a bunch of money stored up, don't leave, because it will be very hard to survive. And I've made videos on this, of the reality of it before, of saying it's just very tough to survive if you don't have money. At least 50 to 100 grand. It's just very, very tough. If anyone is like 18, 19 watching my videos and other people's videos on YouTube of them just making a killing, it does not always work like that. It's very random, extremely random, extremely unpredictable most of the time, and a lot of luck. And I mean, a lot of knowledge too, but like I said, it does not work how these guys show it. These people selling fake watches on fucking on YouTube to people. It doesn't work that way. Most people are not going to hand you like $3,000 for some watch they know nothing about. I mean, and it's fake. I mean, like, you have to get with reality, folks, and it just doesn't work that way. So any younger people, man, I just want to say that message out there, that it's a very tough world. Extremely tough world out there, and the quick flip thing just very rarely happens, man. Like, I can't stress that enough. And a lot of these people that do make money like that, they have a store, an actual store, an actual location, actual overhead to pay for, so they can display all this stuff, and they can lowball people, and then they can charge the maximum amount to someone that really wants it. I mean, there's a lot of fuckery. Granted, yes, you could set up a table at a card show and do your thing, but it's just something that you're not, that like, the chances of being able to live off of doing that are just very difficult. And I really want to stress that in this video to people, of it's really not all sunshine and rainbows. There are ups and there are downs if you're in the world of just basically being a fucking human pawn shop like myself. There are definitely downs. There are definitely ups. And yeah, like, that's just the main message I really want to get across to people, that it works for some people and it doesn't for most. It works for like 10 to 20% of people, and the other 80% fail. Like, it's like that in everything. It works that way in gambling. It works that way in flipping cars. It works that way in flipping houses. It works that way in, like, it's just, I'm not saying you're going to fail by any means. Learn as much as you possibly can, but be aware that, like, as much as your parents may frustrate you, or like your family may frustrate you, it's very tough to just leave and then just start your own business with nothing and be successful at it, guaranteed. And that's just the point of this video. I really wanted to make it because I feel like there's just not enough of this being brought about on YouTube. It's just all like the sunshine and rainbows, and not everything is sunshine and rainbows. But anyway, get ready for our silver market video. The market's open in, I think they're actually open right now. We should check silver. But they open at 6 p.m., so right now we're at what is it, like 6:14? So they're actually open, so I would wish I could close my phone and check the prices. But either way, we'll have an update tomorrow, but I do want to stress this enough. This world is far from sunshine and rainbows. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. We're out.